All right, let's get that out of the way. Okay, now I can see everybody. Okay, so there's been a lot of interesting things going on. A lot of interesting things. Uh, okay, okay, so okay, y'all been hearing everything on the passport rules, right? Okay, about this Austin Holloman. So yes, you figured, oh, there can't be any more. What is there more to say? Let's see. He said some outrageous things, made the Brazilian women out to be easy, and, and uh, yeah, he just pretty much said that they were easy. They were offended by that, and did some other stuff, and uh, he didn't take down his video when it was suggested that he do, and they reported him for sex trafficking. You know, yeah, that he was bringing harm to the women of Brazil with his video, which he did some research, talked to somebody, would have found out you cannot film people without their permission. If you do, you're supposed to blur out their faces, especially if they're women, because Brazil has a high uh, femicide rate going on, and it take one husband, boyfriend, father, brother, misunderstanding, or didn't believing what he's saying, or misconstruing what she's saying because she didn't understand him. Don't she don't speak enough of English, or he don't speak enough of Portuguese, or misunderstanding what she's saying, or or in some cases they saying that's not what that woman was saying, so he interpreted wrong. Either way, so they got so mad at him, they were threatening him. Well, is it threatening or wishing? Well, considering that it's Brazil, they threaten. They it sounds it's more like a threat or a promise. You horrible person. They want him to catch a bullet with his forehead. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's one of the more well known threats. I mean, uh, uh, well, arguments. But yeah, but there's probably a lot more. Pretty much all the Brazilian women were up in an uproar so badly that he had to leave. They wanted him out of the country. They was making noise. So he went before they start charging him with sex trafficking. Because that's what it was going on. They charged him for sex trafficking, or or promoting sex trafficking and stuff like that. Yeah, he's trying to misunderstand. Now you're gonna sex traffic. Hey, you promoting it. And every time he opened his mouth, he seemed to dig himself deeper and deeper in the hole. So you figure it's gonna go quiet. He runs off to Thailand. Ain't gonna hear no more about it. He's gonna lay low. In fact, the videos he was doing in Thailand in the beginning, they were like, "Oh, there are these videos have no women in them, or they are not about women." He's eating weird things like bugs and cockroaches, some kind of bet thing going on. I don't know. A fundraiser, raising money, because he didn't plan to leave to go to Thailand just yet, so he had to move with a quickness. All right, you figure, okay, he's young because he's 23 years old. He learned his lesson. He did not do enough research about Brazil and how he's supposed to move and how he's supposed to act around these women. He did not consider the community, how they feel about Americans, how the men feel about all these men. He did not try to get himself make himself a part of the community. But since he was there for a few months, who knows? All right. So you think he learned his lesson? Okay, so he ends up on the news. So he goes on the news, talk to the reporter. Oh my goodness. He opened his mouth. I don't know how many people must have watched this and said, man, you need to shut up. Because he already made it hot in Brazil. He made it hot in Brazil for Passport Brothers. He made it hot in Brazil for black men. He made it hot that he can't go to Latin America. He can't go south of Texas. I don't know if Mexico is added into it, but yeah, but I think that too. That's why he went to Brazil. Now you wonder, why did he just go back to Texas? Why he just went from there to Thailand? Was it the first thing going? He was in a hurry. He didn't want to wait any longer than he have to. Did he just sped up his plans that he was going to Thailand? Oh, well, there's some more stuff. There's some more stuff that's coming out. Those of you who have been watching it or hadn't got tired of the Passport Brothers, because yes, the Passport Brothers are taking L. Mansfield, Red Pill, Cisbin, Mita, all of y'all that have been so important, these Passport Brothers, they all got the L. Y'all just might as well just face it. Yeah, and I hear that you're trying to distance yourself. Red Pills are talking about what happened to supporting the man, supporting your brother, and he has the right to go to this country, other country to find women that'll treat them right. Get away from these modern women, these feminist women. Excuse you. I don't know how many times I heard the Black Knight. I've heard other men. I heard Jason Black, Phil Levi. Hey, do your research. Find out these women are all the same. All the same. You know, we're all women. And stuff like that. So he said it's because this is what he wants. He wants a woman that cook for him at least twice a day, like his mom did. He oh my goodness. He want women that'll treat him right, that won't talk to him any old kind of way, that won't disrespect him. Excuse me, he's in the Philippines, and on his video, Dove, you want this? I sure as heck wouldn't have showed this. Not only did the woman was rude to you, she smashed her hand all up in your face. She was being giving you ugly looks. She was either laughing at you or she was fussing at you. And she even called you a liar. In fact, she disrespected you in front of her friends. But you didn't do anything because, hey, you was afraid of her friends. You could have just not gone on a second date. Oh, wait a minute. That might not have been a second date. Could have cut the date short. But no, you carried on. Then tried to chastise her about the way she's treating you, and she still give you the side, like, nigga, who you talking to? And stuff like that. Hi, Black Republican. So for guys who supposedly don't want these things from Black women, modern American women, you sure taking it from these women that are supposedly better, who don't do these things that are in their femininity. Then I found out he's in Bangkok, Thailand. It was like, somebody was pointing out her hand is big. She can palm a basketball. Maybe she might not be of the film. She might not have been born female. Hey, you never know in Bangkok. It ain't just a sounding name that sounds like it. There are other. They have a different environment. They see trends a little different. And then, hey, you could have the titties, but might have the cock, the other his masculine equipment too. You know. So hey, Brazil is doing fine. Yeah, he's out of there. So Brazil is doing very fine. Black Republican. They got rid of him, but now they're gunning for other passport bros. Yes, I heard that some passport bro got robbed. Some of them got beaten up. He didn't even think of his fellow passport bro when he was going out. He didn't send a message, hey, I did something to make them angry. You might want to move carefully, and might want to leave Brazil a little bit early, or be careful and stuff like that, because I got them really, really mad. And even though I apologize, I had to leave the country because of threats. Nope, he didn't think of his bros like that. But you see, that's part of the problem. Can't seem to get you guys to that. I don't know if nobody's teaching you this or not. You're black men. You cannot do the same things the white men, because white men have the power than them. I hate to say it, but yeah, because you don't think I noticed that she did fixate on the passport pros, but didn't say nothing about these white ones. Yeah, but you have done that. But it's your fault. You opened that door by implying Brazilian women are easy. He so-called said some Brazilian women. That's not what was picked up there. That's not what they saw. Or even a certain type. Nope. He was not real careful with his wording. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Some of them are still there. Okay. So they differentiate y'all from Hollanders. Okay. Well, that's good to know, Black Republican. Can't have any more black men getting beat up because they can't get at Hollander. And yeah, because he was run off by the women. The men hadn't really start moving yet. But I figured some of them threats that was also over there was some of the men. Like, hey, look, you got my sister, my cousin, my auntie, my mama. I don't know. In that video, and that she was not saying that, and you need to take that video down. Idiot did not take the video down and stuff like that. She's not like that. I think if the men had came up to him, he would have disappeared. He would be one of statistic. Sorry, I always have trouble with that word. Um, of people that have disappeared in Brazil. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they do have like a whole jungle. Yeah, just like we got swamps in Louisiana that it could disappear too, never find you again. Yeah, yeah, naivety, but he doubled down. He gets on the news and he doubles down and stuff like that. It still could be naivety. And he's thinking he's gonna be able to go back to Brazil in about a year. No, but you burn that bridges. Once you start saying that you expect apologies from the news and the social media out there, shoot, you can forget that. You better not show. He said, and then this idiot got on his forearm. I saw a video on his forearm. He got passport bros tattoo on the inside of his forearm. It looked like a military tattoo, except it says passport bros. My goodness, you might as well just stamp yourself right then and there. The no-fly zone in Brazil. Yeah, and so are the rest of you. I hope none of you other guys was cuckoo like that. Yeah, he says he's not the leader of the passport bros, but hey, if he has people following him and following his suggestions of what to do in Brazil, he's a leader. But yeah, I'm hoping that he learns from this and grow up. But nah, he's doubling down, and he keeps showing. He keep giving evidence that he's just there for the sex tourism. He's just there to buy his way into some loving. Okay. Well, since we're getting into Austin is traveling, you wonder how he's able to pay for his traveling? I can't resist any longer. Oh my goodness. He has been paying for his punani. his women with a PPP loan. Let me see. I'm gonna try to do PPP. Yeah, 3P loans. It could be a reason why he ain't coming around to. He didn't go to America. They gonna arrest him for that PPP loan. Supposed to be. I think if I remember right, isn't it supposed to be to start a business, work on your business, fix your business? Hmm. A lot of people has been abusing them PPP loans. And the government's trying to get their money back. But he can travel all he wants. United States got too many extradition treaties to a lot of these countries he's going to. So if they want him, oh, they could get him. Uh-huh. Right. Mm-hmm. And why is he doing a GoFundMe again? I think you got him confused with the other Passport Bro, who's a programmer. Cause there's more than one. Uh huh. Okay, keep believing that. He does remote work. Uh huh. Excuse me, y'all. Well, okay. So you trying to say he's a programmer? Wait a minute, programmer. Um, who's using a PPP loan to upgrade his business? Newer computer, sound system, headset. Okay. All right, if you want to go there and believe that, but nah, he wouldn't need a GoFundMe loan. He wouldn't need a GoFundMe. There's a GoFundMe if he eats what they call some kind of cockroach or insect they have or something in Thailand. All right. So nowadays, so right now it's the PPP loan. Now y'all saying the Passport Bro supporters that he's a programmer and he does remote work. Oh well, I guess he's gonna get even remoter in Thailand. Oh yeah. I heard about him. Now actually, Passport Bro's been going around a lot longer than that. Um, a lot longer than this guy from the UK. It started with a lot of military men because most of the time they didn't go traveling until they were in the military, and some of them are expat, yeah, um, into some of these countries. So no, and they got some of them got business there, some have homes there, some of them got businesses that would be very legal over here and stuff like that. Some of them are using their retirement because hey, those countries where the dollar goes a lot further, hey, yeah, your retirement money can go a lot further. hmm But I guess you could say they're the first ones that's not have any involvement with the military that do that. hmm Yeah, but a lot of it is a lot of these countries has been lax for sex trafficking because their customs, their laws about certain things are allowable over there that's not allowable over here. Yeah, it's they start that way that there are some men who said they want wives and traditional women. No, what they want to do is they want to go into the culture where the where the women are subservient, and then they assuming something because of what they seen on the outside. But yeah, they want traditional women, but tradition. But whose tradition? Their tradition, or these other cultures' tradition? Are you want to basically stay at home, take care of kids, cook and clean and stuff like that? Well, that really hasn't been completely part of our culture. At least some of, as far as I can remember, that black women has been working outside the home because pretty much they had to, you know, or they need extra meat, and those that do, the men had to work double, triple time. Shooks, you thinking along the lines of our great grandfather. My grandmother was a teacher, my grandfather on the store. So if we go by just our grandparents, that's my grandparents. You thinking more along my great grandparents. Excuse me, women did not work back then. There wasn't that many jobs available for them. You know. Ooh, Max, coming in loud. Wait a minute, what's that, Chaos? He's a barber. He's not a remote worker. Whoa, see, I told you it can't be right. I was gonna say what kind of remote work he does. Hey, Chaos, good to see you. Okay, Max, I'm gonna mute you for a second. You got a lot of background noise.
Okay.
When you clear. All right. Yeah. So and he's a barber, and he didn't do his research. He made it hard for black men traveling around the world because they're gonna assume either you're part of these passport bros.
Listen, let me say something about that name.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mean to interrupt. Okay, listen, here's the deal. I'm ex-military. Okay, we know how to travel around the world. It doesn't work the way he's trying to present it to you. As you see, he's getting in a lot of trouble, and they already ran him out of a country. How do you get ran out of a country? I mean, you have to really be a menace or a public enemy to get ran out of a country. That's insane. I don't think I've ever seen that before in real life. Have you, Dane? Somebody get ran out of the country? You ever see that?
No. And then he got ran out by the women, not the men.
See, y'all have to stop engaging in this childish back and forth. Okay, you need to grow up and be men, reconcile with your women here, and build your legacy here. You don't go into another man's backyard talking about you going to commandeer what he has accomplished for his own people and his own family. That's how you lose your life. I keep telling you guys, as I've been telling you, you don't go overseas without any protection. If you're not protected by the military, you had better be protected by corporate or something or personal security, something. You better have some protection because once they find out that you're a tourist and you're on your own and you done stepped outside of the perimeter area where you're allowed to be, you're a fair game. Some of them countries, you go somewhere talking about a girl and she'll lead you somewhere and they'll kill you, man. You have no idea what it's like in these other countries. Okay? I've lived in 2 foreign countries. I've been to many, but I actually lived in 2 foreign countries. And I'm telling you, okay, it's not what you think it is. You're not going to go to these people's villages, in their main villages, and pluck any women out of there. That's not happening. Now you can go and get all of the whores you want. They don't care about them. But you're not going to get no homegrown native submissive woman from these countries. They're not going to allow it. About the only country you can probably pull that off in is Japan. Okay. China is kind of iffy, but Japan definitely. But you have to live in Japan first and learn what's going on. Okay, you don't just go over there either, not knowing what to do. You can get hurt like that. And plus, the laws are different. Now, let's just call it what it is, right? These are grown men who are naive and ignorant, and obviously deprived of sex. A couple of horny toads who just want to have sex. Something that they don't seem to get over here. And the only way you're going to do that when you go overseas, you got to hit the host show. Now, he's in Thailand right now, right?
Right.
Okay. Okay, I bet you he's in the host show. Y'all have any? I went to Pattaya Beach, Thailand one time. You have to understand something, Black Republican. Okay, those brothers had protection, and those brothers spent time in that country, probably in the military. The only brothers that's married in these countries are ex-military. It may be a few corporate. I've never seen regular people just come over here and get married. Okay. If you're military, yes, you get to know the town, you get to know the people, you get to understand the laws, and you know where to go and where not to go. Okay? Japan is good for that. But there are other countries, man, you are not allowed in certain places, like China. You know? Singapore. So, and those are probably military people, Republican. Those are not just random dudes. And think about something else too, right? You guys won't listen. Y'all won't listen. You're not going to listen until you lose your life. Y'all think that we're making this stuff up. Okay, the people who can tell you what's really going on are ex-military. We've been in many of these countries. Okay, and you guys just don't listen. Yeah, but Eastern Europe is not really considered a third world country. Africa isn't a third world country either. Okay, we're not talking about that. And if you're talking about Eastern Europe, whatever, why did he go over there? Why is he in the Asian companies? I'm sorry. Why is he in the Asian countries? He went from
Eastern European.
Yeah, he went from Brazil over to Thailand. And I heard next he's going to the Philippines. I used to live in the Philippines. Okay. Like I said, you guys don't listen. You guys don't listen. You think you know something, you don't. You've never been in these countries before. You're going up there, it's your first time, and you're over there running his mouth. Now, he lucky he was able to get out that country. Okay? The women were coming for him. He lucky. Some people go over there and make the mistake of running their mouth and they never come back. Yeah, apparently Black Republican is some kind of idiot troll.
Well, he didn't speak it very good because they kept saying he was mistranslating what the girl was saying that she wasn't really saying that. So they different dialect.
I think Black Republican is about 21 years old, maybe 20. You know, he's got a juvenile mentality. You know, the biggest problem with you passport people, y'all don't listen. You don't listen. People who've been to these countries are telling you what it is. I'm telling you, and I'm pretty sure my military brethren has told you guys what the deal is. Y'all won't listen. I don't care if you speak the language or not. That doesn't change anything. Okay?
And then they don't excuse him for not doing the research. God dang it,
And,
stop being lazy. Learn the culture of the country, the history of the country. Stop being stupid. So,
and then what's funny is that he said Brazilian women was the best and they were feminine, right? Well, those best feminine women threatened to kill him, put a hit out on him, and chased him out the country.
yeah, those very feminine women is hoping and wishing his forehead catch a bullet. Yeah, they're very feminine, all right. Yeah, they're femininely angry that they want his forehead to catch a bullet. I
Yeah.
went up to him and said, no, he's a good guy. He didn't understand because he established a relationship with one of them. Oh, no, he didn't. He was tricking. And they
No, his
realized how
mistake
much he
wasn't.
was tricking them and pissed
No,
them the hell off. And just like any
no,
other
his
woman around the world, you pissed her off, you feared her wrath.
no, his mistake was more than just not learning the culture. The culture is not on the whole strip. He was there for prostitution. So I'm gonna tell you something else. You're not going to go into their neighborhoods or villages, right, and film anything. They're not going to let you do that. Okay. If he would have got in one of those villages, walking down the street with his cell phone filming it, right, I guarantee you he'd have got killed.
That's probably why he hurried up and took down some of his videos because they asked him to, he didn't, and now they pissed off and he's trying to keep them off his neck.
Yeah, those very feminine women, right, put a hit out on him, threatened his life, pressed charges on him with a female police station, which I ain't never heard of before. And they ran him out of the country. And now the rest of you passport brothers got a bullseye on your back.
I better move correct. I better mind y'all P's and Q's. Get y'all manners. You know, hey, to them, y'all all look alike. Y'all all Austin. They don't see Austin as the individual. Otherwise, some of y'all wouldn't have got your butts beat up. Y'all wouldn't have been robbed. Well, no,
He and
still got robbed, but you know.
He's stupid. It's obvious that he don't know how to move. You don't have any experience with women. You know, he's like a child with a new toy. Yeah, he's like a child with a new toy.
I'm gonna grab this baby doll and I'm gonna strip her clothes. I'm gonna lay her down and I'm gonna do the Humpty dance.
You can't go to a country and film the whole strip and advertise it in a sexual nature. You'll get hit with sex trafficking. And let me explain something to y'all. Y'all ain't built like that. Y'all can't do no time in a foreign jail. Okay? You morons are not built like that. Okay? You better be careful. And one thing you better learn before you go to any of these countries, you better learn the law. Because the laws are very different than the laws over here. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
Good. Then I'm gonna go on mute.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So yes, Austin made a whole bunch of mistakes, but he also made the ultimate mistake that you black men or the passport people do. Y'all keep forgetting y'all are black men. Us as black folks, we are not wanted, liked, and we're not going to be treated the same as anybody else. So you gotta be on your P's and Q's. You gotta make sure nobody misunderstanding. You got to make sure you're talking to not just the women but the men, really trying to get to understand culture and history. Because I'm surprised that they're bragging on Brazil. Brazil has a really bad history of racism. You know, while other countries were setting their slaves free, they were trying to kill them off. If the jungles and the swamps and different places could speak, you would find dead bodies of slaves. They tried to breed the blackness out and stuff like that. So some of y'all, okay, let's face it, they trying to get the darkness out of their people. So I'd be a little worried about why they would want y'all there. So what do y'all have that they want that they will ignore their racial bias towards darkness of skin? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So is either money, a chance to get out of the country, or maybe it could. You might honestly find one or two. Oh, this I'll get a chance to marry a man who don't see me as ugly because I have a little darkness of skin. Could be that. Oh my goodness! Hey Liz. I was watching on Salmons. Two black men went to Mexico, act up. They never made it home. This happened 15 years ago. Yeah. Yeah. Shoot, there was one in Colombia, military man. They disappeared him because he was acting wrong in the country. You cannot step in your way. These countries are not the United States. Shoot, there's parts of the United States you can't just stroll up in the neighborhood and just pick up women. You gotta maneuver right. You gotta be on your manners, P's and Q's. You gotta have a buddy within the place and stuff like that. In the meantime, you be on your P's and Q's. Every woman you go to in these countries, you treat them like she's your sister and stuff like that. Because she do have fathers, brothers, husbands in some cases, boyfriends in others, and male relatives who will make you disappear.
Yeah, exactly, Lizzo. I'm about to say Lizzo. Exactly, Lizzie. The jails are much different, and they're not built like that. You know, they playing with fire. You're not going to be satisfied until somebody light them up. That's what it's going to take. One of them going to have to get lit up.
Shoot.
Maybe one or more.
You have to be more because obviously they're making excuses for us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh no. And men like Max and others has been trying to warn you dudes.
And let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
In some of these countries like the Philippines and Africa, they will tie you up, douse you with gasoline, set you on fire, and bet each other on how long you scream while you burning alive. They will sit there, listen to you screaming while you burning, and they will bet on how long you scream.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And they are disappearing without a trace or they're taking your organs. It was bad
I think
enough.
It will light you up. I'm telling you. And that's what it's going to take for you guys to stop this. No, I don't even know what you're going overseas for. You have the most beautiful women in the world right here in America.
Mm-hmm.
Black women are the most beautiful women in this country. So where are you going? What are you leaving for?
Yeah. What?
And you know what? It's the sign of immaturity that you want to go somewhere and get what you want when what you want really isn't plausible. Slavery is over. You're not going to get a sex slave, and that's juvenile thinking anyway. You guys got to grow up before it costs you your life. I'll go on mute so I got a loud background noise.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. These places, they are dangerous, and y'all choosing places that the country travel advisors say are dangerous, and they specifically said dangerous for Black people. They want to say exactly Black men, but Black people. Wait a minute, no, I think I seen one that said specifically Black men, because some of these countries, they still do slavery, so you don't want to be roped up in that. Currently, there's 2 Black men, I believe, in Ecuador. They try to buy property on native land. Um, on native land, they are in jail. They are in jail for murder. Families trying to get them home. What? Wow. Okay. They tried to buy property. I guess the people it actually belonged to was the ones that got murdered, and somebody tried to sell it to them, killed the people to sell it to them, and now I guess they're gonna be in jail for murder. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, you gotta be careful how you moving.
In some of these other countries, right, like Ecuador, that's a really low budget prison. You don't eat all the time, okay? And you gotta have people that to bring you food. You know, these other countries, man, their jails are nothing like America.
Yeah. Anybody that been keeping up with the Shaquilla thing, we find a lot of differences between Mexico's system and others. Yeah, the one that says link to ladies night. Yeah, that's the link, Lizzie. Wait. Let me see what you got. No. That's to YouTube. The one that says StreamYard. That's the link to the YouTube channel. Right above you should see my name. I got link to Ladies Night, and it'll say StreamYard. That's the one you click on. Okay, I'm gonna put it down again, Lizzie, so you can be clear which one it is. Oh no, that's the link to the men in jail. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, this was a year ago. Ooh, okay. Uh, but yeah. So you guys, you passport bros, although you do know that the rest of your fan base, the Manosphere and the Red Pill, they trying to step away from y'all, because hey, y'all took a L. Because all those women who've been getting sick and tired of y'all talking about how these other women are so great and wonderful and feminist and traditional, and they not like the modern women, blah 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 blah. I've been hearing this from y'all. Well, let me see. What is it? About 4 years that I know of. Um, and y'all went through them. Y'all started off with the white women, then y'all went to the Latino women, then y'all went to the Asian women. Now y'all saying, "Oh yeah, these women," but these women in their original countries. Okay, so y'all know it couldn't have been the Eastern Europeans because there was that big scandal. They're still talking about that with the male order brides and stuff like that, and how the men bring them over. I guess that's where the idea of don't bring the woman over. She'll step outside of tradition. No. What's gonna happen is, okay, you're gonna marry the woman and y'all gonna keep her in her country and stuff like that, and y'all gonna be spending a whole lot of money and all that other stuff, and you find out that, oh, she's married to someone else too, or she got a boyfriend. Are you gonna have a kid that ain't your kid? Hey, Remy. Yeah, so yeah. Oh yeah. Oh shucks, I forgot to pull that up. Cause I came across a short. It was a couple of them of the passport brothers say it's true. It's for real. And I'm like, nah, it can't be. So I'm watching it. The part two was she was gaming him for not only while he's making a phone call to his other bros to tell him it's the real thing, she's in the other room in the suite, I guess, and sleeping with his other passport bro, and then she's saying some stuff that he ain't heard it said, so he's translated, and come to find out, all this time she's been calling him teeny weeny man. Vienna sausage, something like that. Yeah. So it's like, that's where the learn the language thing came into it. But it's not just the language; it's also the culture. You gotta make an effort to get to know the women. That works across the board. You don't want to make the effort to get to know the black woman because the black women thought we too, you name it, y'all called us, and that was your excuses for not wanting to be involved with us. And just admit, hey, I want a certain type of woman, you ain't it, and just go on your merry way. Stop uh, um, uh, um, blackening our names. So what goes around comes around. So that's just what's happening. So right now, the passport bros are being associated with sex trafficking. Yeah, and hey, the thing that comes around, it comes back, it comes around worse. You've been using us as the fall guy for why y'all don't want to be with black women. That we're masculine, we're not feminine enough. We too independent. We're feminists. We you name it, and y'all called. I can't keep up with it all, and and so now it's coming around that is that. So you passport bros are going to be the face of sex trafficking. Yeah. So what you put out there is going to come back and bite you in the butt. So that's another L. Y'all lost one guy. He got run out of country by the women in the country. First of all, I am not 60 years old. I never disgraced a black man. In fact, when it was first coming up that I heard about it, I was begging the guys, because at the time I was with a bunch of guys with the military. Please tell them how to maneuver in these countries. They're going to get killed. Max can tell you. several other military. I asked them. I said, y'all need to tell them before they get killed because it sounds like where they were going was dangerous. I remember when I first read the travel advisory and I mentioned it. I said, hey, I want to be careful because these countries, they have it against specifically Black people. We have people dying in the DR and the PR. And it wasn't just Black men, but Black women. We had people coming up with without their organs and stuff like that. We had all kind of stuff. And some of these, I'd be careful if I was y'all in Dubai and some of these Middle Eastern countries and stuff like that, because they still believe in enslaving Black folks. Shooks, they were advising Africans to be careful moving over in these countries. And it's supposedly jobs. They might not be jobs. They might be enslaving you. But, I'm all of a sudden been beating up Black men longer than I've been alive. No. In fact, I've been protecting them too much. I've been protecting them from other girls, because some girls, let's admit, there are some women, especially white women, who will take advantage of the fact that men are not allowed to hit them, especially Black men, and try to pick on them, take advantage of them, force them to do things they don't want to do. I'm supposed to step in and beat the crap out of that white girl for trying to mess with my peoples and stuff like that. So don't you come in here and tell me I've been disgracing Black men's name. I ain't never. You don't know me, Black Republican. I've been, So yeah, it worked in both ways. The Black men and boys protect me from white boys and white men, and I'm supposed to protect them from white girls and and I'm supposed to protect them from the white girls. We have each other back. We're supposed to be back to back. I deal with the I deal with the women. He deals with the men and stuff like that. We have each other back. Now I have chastised one of my brother cousins, my Black brother, because he crossed over to defend me against a white woman, and we were feared for his life, not his physically dying, but the life that he wanted. He was planning on going to the military. He wanted to get out of our little town and stuff like that. And that could have been nipped in the bud. He could have been put into jail. Once you go to jail, it changes a lot. It makes it a lot harder for Black men and stuff like that. And I chastised him. I said, I thank you. I know that your heart was in the right place, but it ain't gonna look right. All they're gonna see is a big Black man beating up on a little white woman, even though she wasn't a little white woman. She was taller than him by a foot. But that's not how they're gonna see it. I said, and besides, you interfere with me, your cousin, and a bunch of our friends who would like to beat the crap out of her. You kind of, kept us from being able to do that. You think I couldn't have beat her behind? You think your cousin who was there wouldn't have beat her behind? You think? I said, yeah, I thank you, but you kind of out of place. And and we came out full force defending him, making sure that the white girls tell the truth of what she said and what she was attempting to do. So yeah, and you see, there's a lot of Black women my age that grew up like that. In fact, it could be that we're harming them by doing too much helping them. Maybe we moved over from just protecting their back from the other women who are not Black women, or protecting them from other women who would try to use or take advantage of the fact that they can't hit us without going to jail, or they can't hit a woman without going to jail. And we might have stepped over to other ways, because now once women start having children, that motherly instinct kick in. Sometimes it don't kick off right away, or it'll carry over. We the motherly types, our instincts to protect are carried over even into the men in our community. Like, even though there's a troll, can't stand to get on my nerves every now and then. But I be damn if let me see, a white troll was threatening him and showed the gun on camera and was talking about shoot him. I was pissed as hell. And he's a troll who gets on my nerves. But he's black like me. He's my brother, and I would defend him. I was mad at the YouTuber who did not check that person or kicked them off or said anything, and then kicked him off and stuff like that. But oh no, so just like you made an assumption and you tried to jump, black women are getting done like that all the time, whether they did it or not. If they're not treated as individual. That black woman did this, but I don't know what this black woman did. Or she's loud like that one, but I can't assume she's loud like that one for the same doggone reasons. Okay, first of all, I ain't even seen that yet. I ain't found that one out till recently. But yeah. Yeah, and I thought you was gonna talk about that other movie, but hey, you're supposed to know what we bring. If you that means if you have to ask, you don't know, or you ain't been asking the right question, or you didn't get to know us and stuff like that. But hey, y'all want to go into the to that table thing? You better be prepared to meet equal measure. But I'm not trying to get no husband. I'm not trying to get no man. So that thing's not going to apply to me. Talk to that to the women you are dating if you want to bring that up. But make sure you also meet that criteria of what's required for that same table. hmm And make sure you put that question to all the women. If you're gonna do it, and not just the black women, all the women that you're involved with. You end up lonesome after a while, or she don't know what the hell you talking about because unless she's a modern woman, hey, that could be your clue. She's a modern woman. If you ask her what she brings and she's looking at you confused, or like, what are you talking about? I can bring food, something like that. Because all the black men that I've talked to when I first heard that and asked about that, he's looking at me confused. What you mean? What she bring to the table? Like food or something? And he started laughing and start calling these guys gay. He said, if you don't know what a woman brings, then you shouldn't be talking to no women. Are you sure you want to talk to some women? Because every man knows what a woman brings. If you don't know, you need to not bother getting a woman, which it makes more for everybody else. Because he's married, so he already has his wife. So yeah, yeah. So so you passport bro, since you have made the mistake and put the karma out there that all black women are the same. They all this negative this and this negative that and that negative this and that negative that. And you don't keep it to yourselves or between you and the woman you mad at. You broadcast it all over the world by doing it on social media and stuff like that. Or try to be polite and say, "Oh, I have my issues, but they still good. Or the women just not the women for me." Or I like what I like. No, you have to tear her down. And so now, because y'all had broadcast this out there, it's coming back at y'all, and y'all starting to become the face of sex trafficking. Y'all becoming the face of this and that. Yeah, yeah. When we say other, you're not saying other men don't have issues with their women, but they're not going to dog out to that agree. You know, especially if they're dating outside. I seen one YouTuber that was talking to another one, and he dates out. He dates outside his race. No, this dude ain't black. And they asked him about, do he have any issues with his own country women? His own, the women of his country. And he's like, no, And then they had to remind him of something he must have said in private. And he said, well, it's just this one thing, but that's just me. He said, because I don't like this and it like this thing in woman, and it's prevalent in my country. So I look for the woman that ain't like this. And that's why I tend to date out more, because too many of my country women like it. And he said that one particular thing. And even then, he was very reluctant because he didn't want to say anything bad about his country women, even though he had his preference and he had his issue. Okay, but are today's men traditional? You gotta understand. Oh, go ahead.
She made a very good point that I want to drive home with her. The Passport Bros, you guys have succeeded in becoming the foreign example of sex trafficking. That's what you guys have achieved. And they're coming on the news talking about you guys as sex traffickers. And they're putting other countries on notice to be aware of you when you come to this country. Now you know what that's going to do? That's going to hurt other black men who are coming to the country for maybe some R&R, their corporate or whatever. They're going to be scrutinized simply because you guys have become the face of sex trafficking. That's what you guys have achieved. And it couldn't happen to a better group of guys, huh, Dan?
Yeah.
And what is a male feminist?
I don't know.
And there's another thing too, right? Mm-hmm. Women are very traditional, okay? Black women too. Black women still want a husband to lead the house, a husband that can provide, a husband that'll raise his kids. They still want that. The problem is you guys don't measure up to that. And if you're saying that there aren't any traditional women, then you're one of the guys who can't measure up. It's just that simple. You don't want to do it because you can't do it. Yeah, many of you have become deviants of the sexual nature. This is why you're dog walking yourself all around the world, trying to find women for the purposes of sex only. Because you don't want to have any responsibility or be attached to anything. And what's some of the things that you guys say you have problems with? He said that the black women in this country don't cook. We're in 2023 now, Dan?
Yes.
Everybody is cooking, bro. This ain't about black women. Everybody's cooking. I cook. My wife cook. I like cooking too. Actually, men are cooking more these days, especially with these new indoor grills and stuff. Everybody's cooking, bro. That's not even an issue anymore in a marriage. If a guy get a girl who can't cook, okay. Usually he can cook and he'll teach her how to cook. But that's not even a thing anymore because everybody's cooking now. Everybody. Man and woman. So that's out the window. Like I said, me and my wife, we both cook. And sometimes I want to cook. Sometimes she want to cook. But we both cook. I don't have no problem cooking. That's what you guys are, man. Y'all need to grow up and get with the times. Men cook too, and men like cooking. That's not just a woman's thing. Maybe a long time ago when the man was working hard all the time and came home hurting or whatever and couldn't really do nothing. Maybe back then that was a big thing. But now men have more time on their hands with the addition of jobs like Amazon, which allow men to be flexible. More and more men are spending more time at home cooking. Men love to cook. You'd be surprised. Go ask some of your boys. Do they like to cook? Men love to cook. I know I do. And my wife loves my cooking, and I love cooking for her. She's my little critic. She lets me know how good I'm getting or if I'm slipping. And I really like that. That helps me improve my culinary skills. I enjoy cooking for my wife. Am I a simp? Black Republican because I enjoy cooking for my wife? Everybody in the chat, hey Dame, put a poll up and ask them, okay, am I a simp because I enjoy cooking for my wife? Starting with you, Dame, what do you think? Am I a simp because I enjoy cooking for my wife?
No.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. No.
Type of one in the chat if you think I'm a simp because I enjoy cooking for my wife. Type of two if you say yes, right? One for no, two for yes.
One for no, he's not a simp for enjoy cooking for his wife. Two for yes, he's a simp if he's enjoyed cooking for his wife.
I didn't say all did it. I said a lot of men now. A lot of men enjoy. My best friend, he cooks. Okay, a lot of men love to cook. They just didn't have the time. But now, like I said, with the new types of jobs now, more men are spending time at home and they cooking. They're cooking for their babies. They're cooking for their kids. They're cooking for their wives.
Sure. We're starting to see more and more men doing things that were traditionally considered women.
Exactly.
There's one popular one. Everybody likes to see him do his baby girl's hair.
Oh, wow. Now that's funny, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, in the beginning, when he was first doing it, there was some funny looking ones, but he got very good at it.
Well, if I'm a simp for loving and enjoying making my wife happy and cooking for her, I'd love to see that smile on her face when she eats my cooking, then I guess I'll be a simp. But I absolutely enjoy cooking for my wife. And one thing I like about it the most, she's my critic. She'll let me know. Honey, it's good. Okay, good. I'm getting better. She'll let me know if it's bad. She'll let me know if I'm slipping. And I like that. And I like to see her smile when she has some of my cooking and it's good. My wife has a very beautiful smile, and I like to see it as much as possible.
When we can cook, they just don't want to cook for, okay, for these insects, okay.
Ask Remy, hey Remy, am I a simp because I enjoy cooking for my wife? Black Republican. I would ask you if you cook for your wife, but I can't possibly see you married to anybody. Actually, I couldn't even see you being married to a blow up doll.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh, and he made it hard for them guys that actually are going looking for a wife. Oh, who's RL? Okay, so mine's coming up. RL.
Make sure it's not a porn bomber.
Okay. Okay, RL.
Hello. I'm not a spammer. I'm not a porn blocker.
Okay.
I just seen that you popped up in my feed, so I decided I'd join in, whatever the topic was. So
Oh, you didn't. Okay. All right. So we're doing an update on what's been going on with the passport bros and with the and with the Austin Holloman. There's been some new stuff that came out that he's using his PP loan to pay for these women. That he's supposedly dating, but we think he's just renting them out. I mean, he's renting them for the day.
and who are we talking about again? Who'd you say the name was?
Oh, Austin Holloman.
Austin. What
Yeah,
is he?
he's a passport. He's a passport. Bro.
And when you say passport, bro, I mean he travels everywhere. Or?
He travels to other countries to date women in these countries. So he says. But he been ran out of Brazil because he has offended them by implying that Brazilian women are easy.
Yeah, he been ran out of the country by the very women he say are feminine. Not only did they run him out of the country, they put a hit on him and press charges on him.
Yes, because he was telling his passport bro that not only were they easy for them to come on over. Yeah, so they got him for sex trafficking, promoting sex trafficking tourism.
What makes me a simp, Black Republican?
Yeah.
I hope you can answer that question. I want to know what makes me a simp.
RL, we can't hear you. We're getting digitization.
I'm still here.
Okay.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hearing something that sounded like digitation, so I thought maybe he was trying to talk. And the mic was acting up. So, what do you know of that situation?
I haven't heard about that situation yet, but as far as him speaking on the women in Brazil, I guess, and he's American, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I can see why he probably got, you said, a hit put on him and he's getting chased out the country. I can see why if he said that.
Yeah. He had to take down a lot of his videos. He had to advertise that he's not doing videos on women, but he's doubled down since then.
Well, the sad part about it is the group now is the poster child for sex trafficking overseas. So every country that they go to, you know, they're going to be checking these hostros pretty hard in different countries. So he got his whole group in trouble.
So yeah, because these women didn't stop at just him. They passport bros.
I mean, they made the news. Fox News was talking about them. Oh, the game is back on. The Eagles up 21-9. I'll be back later, Dan.
Okay, all right. Okay. I guess I forgot the game was on this week. I was expecting it for Sunday. Yeah, because these women did not stop with him. Um, they reported the passport bros, and they need to be driven out the country and not accepted in any country. They made the face of sex trafficking.
You said the country made them the face of sex trafficking.
Brazil did.
Brazil did. Oh.
Yeah, yeah,
And what?
so he's not
Who
welcome
are
back.
these guys? Are they black, white?
The passport bros are black, but I've seen where another video where they showing all the leaders of the and I seen a couple of white people in there.
Hmm.
So, uh, so as far as I know, the passport bros are black, but some of them seem to have been following these white versions of them, even though they might not have been calling themselves passport bros. But the fact they can tell another man that I should be happy to father another man's child is very definition uh, that alone makes you say, oh, okay, he's answering Max about whether he's a simp because he likes to cook for his wife. Yeah. So yeah, and a part of the problem with some of the passport bros, they're so intense getting with the women in the country, they don't bother. A lot of it seems to me a lot of them don't do enough research on the country because a lot of these countries are dangerous, you know.
Right.
And the main ones they are sending, they trying to get their other bros to come to are dangerous. And it might be okay if you stay to the tourist area, but you're going into other areas. You're talking to the women. You're not really getting to know the country or the people or even the other men in the country because they probably might have an issue with a whole bunch of men coming in going after their women.
And I also, not to take away from them being accused of sex trafficking, but
Mm-hmm.
there's probably they probably wanted to make them the poster child of sex trafficking and not really dive deep into and investigate the people who are probably really doing sex trafficking and then child trafficking. So they probably put them as threw their name out there. If you say they're on Fox News, not to say that what they're doing is not bad, but I can see why whoever these guys are, if you especially if you said they're black,
Mm-hmm.
how they just threw them out there and how they made them the poster child of sex trafficking in Brazil and how they're getting ran out. But there's probably a lot because I know as far as just in Brazil, there's a lot of racism there and well, there's trafficking everywhere. There's sex trafficking everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, as far as I just feel like they're just throwing them out there as an easy target and not diving deep and like investigating the truth as far as because it's just something that's curious to me or had to get off my chest about that because I know how they'll just throw someone out there and make them the poster child of make it seem like they just started sex trafficking as far as like they've been doing it historically throughout the years, which they probably haven't. Yeah, I mean, we really don't know if they have or haven't been. They probably paid for like a woman's services and then probably ran off. I don't know, but you never know when it comes to stories like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I know Brazil is also, there's a lot of racism in that country, and the government is, I know a couple of weeks ago, the government, there's like thousands of people who ran into the president's palace and destroyed it because of whatever was going on in there.
Mm-hmm.
So that was also on the news about Brazil.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. Um, try to get through to some of these that a lot of these countries are racist. You can't just maneuver any old kind of way. It's like they keep forgetting that racism is not just in the United States, and you gotta be on your P's and Q's and stuff like that.
Right.
And they're not gonna give you the slap on the wrist they might do palm colored people. Um, and it's always been like that. Yeah, they tolerate you because you're American and you got money, or you coming in with some money. That's why you gotta be careful because you could get robbed. Gotta
Right.
be careful calling attention to yourself. You gotta follow their rules about this and that, so they don't have an excuse to grab you, put in your jail, beat you up. You
Right.
know, don't put yourself in positions where these things could happen to you. And try to do as much as possible because it's too easy for them to do things. You're not in your country. You're not in the military, so you don't have the protection of the military. You're not with a company or a corporation working for them, so you don't have the protection of that.
Right.
You know,
They're not famous, so you don't have the
yeah.
protection of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't have you don't have enough money on you when they try to do something like rob you,
They'll probably just
you
kill
will
you.
disappear.
Yep.
Yeah, and as I was arguing with Republican earlier, no, I've been telling these guys you got to be careful, you got to behave. What you do affects the others. Okay, so Austin Hollandman was the one who did wrong, or they caught him doing wrong, or he he was the one that but it don't just be just him. Now it becomes every passport bro. Everybody who's part of his passport bro connection is now talking, and it's not just the passport bro. Every black man is gonna be looked at the same, because they don't see us as individuals. They see us, we're black people. That black man, these black men, and that they're all the same. Yeah, that's another thing. Especially when you go in these other countries, they have their own bias and races against us. So they lumping us all together. So what one of y'all do,
Right.
everybody's black too. The only thing they separate is men and women. So all black
All right.
men are sex fiends. Are they there for a sex? And they don't care who they get it from, whether it's a prostitute or a nice community girl, or they're princesses or stuff like that. And they gotta accept that that these women are not just nice to you because they want to get with you. Some of them they're nice to you because they want a husband. You lucky you get one of them. They're nice to you because there's a chance you'll get them out of the country. They're nice to you because there's a chance they can get some money, you know, and they can use it to take care of their family, or I heard all kind of stories of past passport bros who some of them got robbed. The girl set them up to be robbed. Let me see. The girl turned out to have a husband or a boyfriend, and they shook him down because she set him up to be shook down. Or he found out later. Or one guy, he married her, kept her in the country, but he still had to go back home to work, and he would come back every few months. Come to find out, she's married. She has a kid. She has a kid, but she didn't want anyhow. And the kid that he thought was his was her husband's. So all kind of craziness. But no, they don't want to listen to that. We all hate it. And so finally, you give up. Say, okay, go, do what y'all want to do. Try to be careful. Read the travel advisor. Stick to certain areas. and all that other stuff. You know, because you get tired of told you hating, told you wishing bad things on us. No, these things have actually happened. You know, Ariel, would you get a woman with kids for a serious relationship if you were a single guy without children? That's Black Republican accent.
Uh, hmm.
You can be
A
honest.
series with no. Uh,
Would you get with
if
a
I have to
woman
think
with
about it
kids for a
if I have
serious
to think about it for
relationship?
that long, then no.
Okay.
But
All
then again,
right.
I don't know. I mean, you never know. I don't know.
Okay. So
It
if you
depends
knew
on
the
who
woman
the
have
woman is.
kids, let me make it a little simpler. If you knew the woman have kids, would you date her?
Yes, yes,
Okay. You do know that if you date her, that her children are a package deal.
all right,
hmm So you're okay with dealing with the kids as well as her.
right. But mainly, I'll be dealing with her. So,
Mhm. But you
right?
do
Isn't
know they're
that
gonna come into the if it becomes
right? Oh
serious.
yeah, yeah, right.
hmm Yeah. Now, me personally, I think if you're a guy who don't want to be a stepdad, you
But
don't
we're
want to
talking about
raise
just a
somebody else's
relationship
kid.
between me and her, right? It's I know you. I know I have to have some sort of relationship with the kids, but
hmm
basically, the relationship should be focused on what me and her have, and then her kids are because they're not mine. I'm hoping that she is co-parenting the kids with her
Okay, with
children's father, and if not, then if I'm being looked at as the next potential
daddy.
daddy, then then if that's not what I came into the relationship thinking, then if that's not what I want out of the relationship, then it's probably a no go.
Mhm. Yeah, me personally, I think if you're not prepared to be stepdad or maybe the kid's
Well,
dad because
well, let's just say
they
dating.
lost not
We're talking
involved
about
with
just
you.
a relationship, right? We're not talking about being a stepdad because that's not my job, right? As far as if we're like when you talk about a serious relationship, are you talking about marriage?
hmm
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
is
Well,
a serious,
serious
you
relationships.
mean you're talking about boyfriend and girlfriend, or
Okay. All right. Okay.
what's a serious
Let's break it.
relationship?
Let's break it down a little bit. Now, if you just dating, you
Oh,
don't know
dating.
yet
Okay,
what she is to you. Just dating. First time you meet her and stuff like that. And some of the time in there, a conversation of dating, you find out she have kids.
okay,
Would you continue to date her?
yes,
hmm All
but I'm
right.
not. But that's not my responsibility unless
Okay.
I make it. It's not
Yeah.
my
At that
obligation,
point,
right? Just like if okay,
not
well,
at
let me
that
ask
point.
you the flip side.
Not at
If
that
you,
point. Not
okay,
at
but
that point. It's not. It's not because
all right,
she's just getting to know you. You might not ever see her kids. She's just letting you know that she have kids
okay,
at that point. You might become aware of them because they might be talking in the background, or she might have some little issue and she has to deal with her kids, so she might not talk. But you become aware of that she has kids.
right.
Okay, you keep dating her, and now it's getting serious.
Oh, so now I've met the kids. Now is when you say
Now,
serious.
now it's getting serious, and she wants to introduce you to the kids. This is
Well,
your last point.
serious means we're engaged and we're about to get married.
Well, you probably meet the kids before that.
Okay,
You
right,
know,
right.
yeah. So you'll probably be like y'all thinking about that y'all the one for each other,
Okay,
but now I need to find out how okay with her kids are you and stuff like that. So you know, good women should start introducing, and there'll be some days when it'll be you, her, and the kids. It could be movie night. It could be out to dinner and stuff like that. But when she's letting you know, okay, I want you to meet my kids. This is your last opportunity to be like, well, is much as I want to be with you, uh, uh getting I'm more about you than the kids. This is your last opportunity. Would you tell her that it's more about her than her kids?
Hmm. No, of course not.
Why not?
Because well, they're her kids. She wouldn't want to hear that. Would you want to hear that?
I would want to hear
The
to
truth.
know that hey, you're not really in that area that we go completely serious where there's a possibility of marriage that you ain't gonna want to help me raise my kids or any kids, you know, because hey, even though you stepdad, you still part of the family.
Right.
Now, it might be as simple as you're just assisting her as she co-parent with her ex or the children's dad, or it could be that they have no relationship with their dad, and you're going to be the full
Dad.
into the
Right.
dad as you
Okay.
find out how with the relationship with the dad's kids. You need to know right up front. You do better. I personally think if you have issue with that of the idea of being a stepdad, and always think that you're gonna be a fully involved stepdad. You're gonna be always think in the back of your mind you're gonna be their dad, even if that might not be the case, because there's always that possibility. If you're
Right.
not prepared to be fully, I'm their dad, they're my kids, then you shouldn't be dating a woman with kids.
So you can't date women with kids. You're saying that single guy with no kids can't date?
I'm saying if you have an issue raising somebody else's kids,
Well,
then
we're talking
no.
about dating versus a serious relationship, right?
Oh, but you see, dating leads to serious relationship. Why do you not guys not know that? Dating can lead to a serious
Oh yeah,
relationship.
it definitely
Now,
can. It definitely
if
can.
it's dating like y'all just going out and have fun, you never know about the kids. You never know you're dating a woman with
Okay.
kids
Right.
because you just there for just to relax and have fun and just go out.
Right.
That's going out type of dating. It's just to have fun, relax, and enjoy enjoy getting out. For her to talk to an adult, get back into the swing of things.
Right.
But if you dating to find out if this is the one, as I said, you might not know right away. But once she lets you know she got kids, whether on purpose or by accident, you have a decision to make.
Like a life decision or a responsibility decision?
Yes, that always got to stay in the back of your head.
Right. Right. Okay. Yeah, that does need to stay in the back. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you gotta be honest
So let
with.
me ask you, flip
Mm-hmm.
flop the question
Uh-huh.
for you as a single woman dating a man with kids.
Okay, dating a man with kids. Okay, me
Does that
personally,
same responsibility?
yes, that is. But
Okay.
weirdly enough, not all, because I gotta correct that, because I do know some women that's not gonna be easy. But I know quite a few. The man having kids, that's that's not too bad. On a certain level, some women they have that mother nurture instinct. Some of it got to be clicking when they have kids, and some of it is there to a degree. So um, and they will get attached to your kid. You gotta prepare that when you introduce, she's gonna get it. There's a possibility she could get attached, and it's gonna
I think
hurt
that goes
because
for
they can
both
get
males
just
and
as attached
females.
to her. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. Unless she's dealt with that before, she's like keeping a little distance. But I know it's wrong, but it's easier women to deal with men who have kids than it is for men to deal with women who have kids. but she got and it'll probably slowly creep up on her. She'll be like, because she don't know how she'll be with kids. Either you ain't been around kids. You get the ones that ain't been around kids, they're not certain. And then again, you could have be with the ones that been around kids and no, they don't want to deal with no more kids. But you never know which woman you're gonna get until you bring it out. Men should ask that at the start of the date if she has kids. I don't know. It depends on what type of date is he doing. If he dating her to find out if she's the one, or he's just dating just to have fun. He's dating to just have fun. No. But he's because there are some women who have kids who date just to have fun. They're not trying to get into another relationship. They just want to have fun. They just want to get out and about. You will never know about their kids because their kids not knowing about you. You're not being a part of their life and relationship. Now, when she brings up that she has kids, then bring it up. Or if you run into her and you see her with some kids, you bring it up. Hey, are those your kids? Don't ask why you never met them before. Hey, either might not have been the right time or she had no intentions. But hey, just be aware, if you knowingly date a woman who has kids, but as I said, me personally, I have no issue with him having kids. Although it might make me wonder if he's dating me, so I'll be his free babysitting. All right. Let's see. Dame men should ask that at the start of the date if she have kids.
So that needs to be asked at the start. Why does that need to be asked?
That's what I want to know. Black Republican feels that
I would rather ask if you're seeing somebody else, just put it out there, and so just in case, because I feel like that's more worse than knowing if you have kids or not. Because if you're with somebody else and I don't know, and they could be watching, and that person doesn't play games, because kids, they can't do anything, but other people who might be attached to that person, and it might get on a level to where you might get hurt or killed or any type of thing.
I'm gonna tell you why he asked that question. But first, Aria, how long you been on YouTube?
A long time, off and on a long time.
Okay. Do you know about the Manosphere?
Yeah, I've heard about the Manosphere. Yeah.
Okay, Manosphere believe that men, especially single men without kids, shouldn't date single mothers. Yeah, that's why he felt that that's the first thing he should ask her. Does she have kids? Because if he's part of the Manosphere, red pills are like, some of the red pills are like that too. But then again, they are an offshoot. Metao and all that other stuff.
I mean, does that really matter? I mean,
he has a partner. Yeah, and this is duty for a man to say he has a wife or a woman, but he don't do that all the time either.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's not something that's going to automatically be done, especially if you are sneaking around.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Can anybody trust anybody now? Well, I mean, what's the reason? What's the reason why those passport bros are going overseas? Or what's the reason why women are going overseas?
Okay, women, as far as I know, they're going overseas to just have fun, or they watch.
And was considered fun?
Huh?
What's considered fun? When you say
Um,
have fun, are they trying to see other men?
hey, there's
Because that
always
might
that
be considered fun.
possibility.
Okay, I
Okay,
mean,
wait. Okay, all right. Let's see. That okay. Let's
but
be
there's nothing
honest
wrong
here.
with that. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with women. I
Um,
don't I don't see
but,
nothing wrong with women being promiscuous and men being promiscuous. So it's just
okay. Let me see. Okay, it depends on where she is in her life. Okay,
no, I don't think it depends on where. If you want to do your thing at 60, you can do your thing at 60. If you want to do your thing at 20, you can do your thing at 20. There's
okay,
no
that's right.
to me, there's no rules in life. I mean, no one has lived and came back and figured it out and say, "Hey, I got the key to this." Is you just do what you think you can do for
Uh,
whatever you're doing best for yourself, as long as you're living your best life according to yourself. It's not.
mhm, mhm.
I mean, I don't know
Okay.
how you feel about that. I mean, is there an age where you got to stop doing whatever you like
No,
or
not
stop?
really. But
Huh?
sometimes, no, not really. But okay, he's Black Republicans. He's in the chat there. He's like, they ain't stop capping means lying. Women go to Jamaica, uh, and Ghana to get their backs blown out. You could. I've heard that about the white women. They go in there for sex tourism, but black women,
Yeah, they're probably going there for that too.
but they not going specifically for. Well, no, they're not
I
specifically.
probably a lot of women probably are. And it's probably not being reported.
It's more like if it happens, it happens. But
Right,
but they're not going specifically to. They go in there to relax, have fun,
right.
get
See
away
a new
from it
scenery.
all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not going there specifically. As I say, if it happens, it happens. But they're not going specifically, girl. I'm going there and I'm going to get that man and that man and that man and that man. I'm going to get my back blown out. Um, if it happens, it happens. But the main thing is to go there and have fun. Or maybe it's because I'm old. I don't know. But she's not there trying to buy their man for sex.
Who says who? Who says who? You never
Oh,
know. I mean, hey, you never know.
okay, okay.
You
Well,
never
I've
know.
heard of women. Wait a minute. Maybe I'm speaking to some. My cousin, when he was 25, he was dating an older woman, and she was dressing him. And to me, it sounded like she was treating him like her son, who was only like about 10, 10 or 11. Wait. Her son was 17. My cousin was 25. And I was like, dang, you got a sugar mama, boy.
Oh,
So,
hold on. I'll be back. I'm just gonna shut
okay.
something off real quick.
And this was back during Hurricane Katrina. Yeah. Because he was telling me, I'm going to go meet my girlfriend. And she lived out in the boonies. I had to go look up what she was talking about. My mom told me, I said, whoa, that's way out there. Ain't nothing out there. And when they really talk about a one road town, they're not joking. That was a one road town. And I was like, boy, you from New Orleans. You find my little town, or you think it's the country. You going out in what I consider the boonies. Black women are not going on cruise ships to get freaky. They may or may not, but they're not paying for it. They're not paying the man. They're not buying his dinner. They might be having a few drinks with him, dance with him. They might invite him up to the room. We ain't doing that. So, excuse me. If it happens, it happens. If she don't get with nobody, she's still gonna find a way to enjoy herself.
Or are you just talking about?
Black Republicans like, dang, black women are not going on cruise ships to get freaky. I said she may or may not, but she's not paying for it. She's not paying the guys some money. She's not buying his dinner. She's not doing anything. You know, she's not paying to get her back blown out. If she gets her back blown out, it could just as easily be bad sex. There's a book called In the Pursuit of Happiness that tell all you ladies secret. Now they tell all the white ladies secrets. Now I've heard about white women going to Ghana and paying for men. I've heard of white women going to Jamaica and paying for men. I ain't never heard no black woman paying to get a man. That's kind of insulting. She wants to feel sexy and beautiful and stuff like that. She wants to be able to pull a man on her own. She don't want to have to buy it.
I mean, don't women do that here? Don't women do that here?
Yeah.
So if they do it here, then especially black women do that here?
Yeah.
Then they probably doing it overseas too.
Yeah, they probably are, but okay, I get, maybe I'm projecting. Excuse me, Black Republic, I'm projecting. But it sounds like he's trying to say that black women are sex trafficking. They're over there buying men to have sex with them. And I'm like,
that's not sex trafficking. I don't think that's sex trafficking. I think that's just you're paying for a service, you get it, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Unless you're bringing men from other countries, and then now you're telling them, hey, you got to have sex with different women or sex with different people, and I need a half of that cut. And they're being forced into that.
He's going there for sex tourism? I don't know. I try to find. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, maybe I'm using the wrong word. Maybe it's sex tourism.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm like, nah, I cannot see that. I do have quite a few relatives that travel, and I have friends that travel, and you know, and I'm like, no, they don't sound quite right. It's like a little thrown off. I ain't saying they don't go get there and get their freak on, or they don't get their back blown off, or they don't have bad sex. Hey, all that could happen. That they don't find somebody to go out and have fun with, whether they have sex fun or just dance and hang around and hanging with each other. I don't know, but I just cannot see women buying in. Yes, in Jamaica you do it. Jamaican women have told me this. Oh, okay. Let me see.
I feel like
she's buying the man, or she's wait. Is she saying black women are buying, or she's saying these foreign women? There's a difference now. Is she saying black foreign women, or she's saying foreign women? Women who do this are mostly 40s and 50s. Yeah, white women.
I don't know about that.
Okay, Black Republic says black women. Oh my goodness, things are changing. Okay, maybe I'm projecting. It's like, if I can't get it because he wants me, I ain't sure ain't heck gonna pay for it. If you're trying to get me to get a green card, I ain't the one. But besides, I had too many examples of girlfriends that have got their ex kicked out because he pissed her off, usually cheating on her, and she got his green card revoked.
So what about
to ISIS?
So let me ask you. Let's say you meet a man in his country and he fits all your standards, but he wants you to move there to his country. Would you do that?
Probably not. I'm a bit of a fraidy cat.
So even if, no matter, it could be Jamaica or whatever country. Whatever country that comes to the top of your mind.
Okay, I am curious about Ghana. Ghana.
Oh,
Africa, Ghana. So, not to mention, I can't swim. I keep seeing Jamaica as an island surrounded by water who cannot swim. And I keep asking because 1 year all my relatives did a reunion. They went on a cruise to Jamaica and stuff like that. And I said, is there anything besides water sports to do on Jamaica? You know, because everything she was showing that was the activities list had to do with being in the water. I can't swim. You didn't take swimming lessons. No, I can't. I would end up because I almost drowned one time when she tried to rescue me out of the pool. So yeah, that's why I said no, I can't. And I'm too nervous to really learn how to float. I have to constantly touch the edge of the pool to relax enough to float.
Well, that's a good thing about Jamaica. They have beaches, and you won't have to go into a pool. You can just walk as far as you
I
want
can't
to
swim. And
I'm not talking about diving into the beach, but like I said, you can walk.
Oh yeah,
First,
yeah.
it starts off sand and water, and then it gets deep.
Yeah, it sounds nice, but I keep thinking sand all over. Sorry, I'm one of them negative Nillies things sometimes. Yeah, I can see, walking, but I also can see sharks coming at me out the water. Sorry, I watched Jaws too young.
Not that shallow. Not that shallow. Depending on where you stand,
yes,
you'll be.
they can. Okay? I'm trying to remember the type of sharks that is. Yeah, they can go in the shallow waters and get you.
Yeah, they can go in the shallow water, but you're right. But I would take that risk because I've been on. When's the last time you've been in the beach?
Last time I've been in the beach. Well, technically, it's not a beach. It's more like a lake. So yeah.
Well, whenever you go to a beach, whenever you have that trip planned, it's
a minute.
I
went to the beach when I was 7. The last time I went to the beach.
And did you go in?
I went as far as to get my toes wet.
You remember that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh no! Wait a minute! I forgot. My senior year, I did go down to the water, but I couldn't stay because it was jellyfish season. Gulf Shore, Alabama. Went there for my senior trip.
And you just stuck your feet in there. Did you go?
I stuck in there, and then there was jellyfish one, and I didn't get a chance. Well, I felt the pool. I got up as far as up to my knees, and I like to feel it the way the water was. It seemed like it was pulling me. I guess you call it the tide or whatever.
Sure.
And I kept imagining, I want people. My imaginations are vivid enough, and then I'm read a lot, so I know about the riptides. And then we got a bunch of jokers in my class who think it's fun to dunk people. They're like, I had to put one in the headlock because he was trying to push me in the water. I said, if I go, you gonna go. You're gonna be my flotation device. Yeah, this game you would do, especially if he tells you what you want to hear. No, I dealt with Big D. Big D cannot tell me what I want to hear. Yeah, so no, that don't work. And I even broke up with him. So hey, don't try that. You confusing me with a white woman, with a palm-colored woman. Yeah, I've seen both versions of the Big D, the length and the girth. Nah, it don't do a thing for me. Well, it does something, but it doesn't control me. It doesn't mesmerize me and stuff like that. Yeah, it doesn't mesmerize me. A nice try, Black Republican, but I'm not a palm-colored girl. I don't believe the myths, even if I've seen it in action and stuff like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that don't work with me. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Mika. What you doing up late? Oh, it's only 9:00 my time. I gotta get used to this. This is getting dark early. You figure I'd be used to it by now, but it feels like it'd be later than it actually is. Yeah. So I did think about Jamaica because I watched Denzel Washington. What's that name of that movie? In fact,
Dr. Quinn.
Yeah, The Mighty Quinn. I'm like, oh, that looks interesting and nice and accent. But I'll probably get in trouble with Jamaicans because I got in trouble with Jamaicans before. Because if their accent is very heavily and they're using a lot of slang, I will ask them, could they please speak English, which is very, very insulting. I didn't know that at the time. But when one of them was threatening to shoot me, I was like, okay, what did I do was wrong? And somebody had to explain it to me. I was like, okay, I don't think I just gonna have to deal with. I don't understand you. I'm gonna have to lay heavily on. I'm slightly hard of hearing and go. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't understand it. I can't hear you too well. I can't understand what you're saying. Just don't say please speak English. Yeah, yeah. But I don't understand the patois. I probably have to immerse myself in Jamaica for a couple of years before I can get any parts of it. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's another reason why I want to stay out of Jamaica. Because if I'm drinking and I'm drunk, yeah, tipsy, I can still keep my tongue. But if I'm drunk, nah, don't you ask me no questions you want an honest answer to. Because I used to, one guy, he brought me a drink, because we got off of and we can go have a drink when we get off of work. We just got to take our uniform off. So we always when we're gonna go in the bar at the place I work, we'll make sure to wear black shirts underneath. So we all get in there drink, and I've been waiting for my food. They messed up my order at the restaurant, and so I was one of those whose break was earlier in the shift. So that meant I went through 9 hours without eating. So I went ahead and had my drink. Figured, oh, my food ain't gonna be too much longer. And I figured because it was a white Russian, my stomach was coated. Not enough. I was getting tipsy and stuff like that. And this guy was flirting with my coworker, but her ride was ready to go, so she took off. And he's like, "Where did she go? Where who go? Your friend? Oh, she had to go home." He said she left out of here like I was a serial killer. Do I look like a serial killer? I said, "What do serial killers look like? You could be." He said, and then he changed it to, "Am I ugly?" And I looked at him, and this was me being nice. I said, you're not too bad for a white boy. So I'm ugly. Well, since you're asking, yeah. He said it wasn't too bad for a white boy. I was being nice. To me, he said, so he started asking me questions. Do all white boys look ugly to you? I said, I can't speak for them, but to me, I don't get it. And he started naming families. Yeah, they're all right. And stuff like that. When you get drunk, you open to drunk love. Fair enough. No, I'm not open to drunk love. I don't care how drunk I get. You're not getting into my pants because I'm drunk. In fact, I kind of make it harder for it because when I'm drunk, I want to sleep eventually. When I want to sleep, I don't want to be bothered. And one guy trying to flirt with me, trying to talk to me, he's asking me stuff like, "Do you like donuts?" Yeah. You want to go get some? Yeah. After I wake up, all I was interested in was sleep. And he's like, and he kept asking me, "Do you want anything? I can get you this." I'm like, and I finally was getting through my head. Oh, he's into me. And I was like, "Are you bothering me because you want sex?" And he was like, "Him and her." I said, "Look, here's the deal. If you can do it to him without moving me or waking me up, you can have it." And I was in a lazy boy, so I just took one leg on one side of the uplift, another on the other side, and I crossed my hands over me, pulled my jacket up to my neck, and went to sleep. And And our buddies was laughing. These guys I know, they friends. We just buddies. He started laughing. And he said, "Oh, you stupid! You could have got all kinds of stuff. You could have got money out of him. He would have brought you in and everything. If you needed a bill paid, he would have paid it." I'm like, "I don't like him like that. I thought you was drunk." I am, but I ain't that drunk. Well, I can never be that drunk. I've been really, really drunk. Trust me, you ain't getting sex. That's why I be like, that's why my mind be like, women that said they were drunk and didn't mean to. I wonder if they really mean that, or they were like me. I use an excuse not to have sex, to be nosy. I am nosy. I come from nosy women. So I know it's rude to look at guys' mail and stuff like that, but I always wanted to know. So since I knew I was drunk, they knew I was drunk, I started looking through the mail and I was like, oh, it's like you can't be looking through my phone bill. Oh, I can't. Oh, dang it. I must be drunk. So, I was using it to be nosy. So I wasn't using an excuse to have sex. So if you don't want me to use an excuse to be nosy about your business, you better hide your business. You can't just leave it over the table. I'm going to look, especially if I'm drinking. So not all of us get drunk and react the same way. I think it's an excuse. Me personally, the woman wanted to have sex, and she just used drunk as an excuse. I'm drunk. Oh, I'm drunk. But it could be that's just the way I am. I'm honest. I'm nosy, and I want to sleep. Now, would I have had sex with the guy if he was able to find a way to have sex with me with my clothes still on, and or get my clothes off of me without waking me up? Anyway, I just made it hard for him. I made it easy and hard. I told him, yeah, he could have it, but he gotta do it without waking me up. Which is also kind. One guy said I was insulting to his friend. It said that why would he want a woman who would sleep through having sex with him? And it's like, I don't know. I figure he ain't the dude that want a woman that sleep through having sex with him. That's probably why I told him what I told him. Yeah. So don't try that drunken love with me. That don't work on me. So you get me drunk, all you're gonna get is a very honest, nosy drunk. I'm gonna start asking you personal questions that I would never ask you. Okay, so all right, so I went into story mode. I was supposed to be going to. Okay, so we could pretty much say enough with and Holler, except the that that's how he's being able to afford to live in some of these countries using his PPP loan. Wait a minute, did I use 3 P's or 4 P's? His PPP loan to pay to stay in this country and pay for these women. That's probably why he needs to go to these countries where a dollar stretch a lot more. Because I know some countries a dollar is like worth 13 of their dollars. So yeah, if I could go there and take a dollar and use it like $13, yeah, I probably would go. But nah. So, but he's gonna have to pay that PPP loan back. We gotta show what is your business. How's that being, doing that? Make money, or maybe that's what he's doing. His business is a YouTuber to promote tourism. All right, but enough with Holland. Let me see. I've been talking my butt off the entire night, 2 hours straight. All right. So for right now, let me get my copyright up. I'm gonna do a vid chronicle. Oh, wait. There was something else. Oh, wait. Oh, there was something else I wanted to talk about. I forgot. Okay. Now we all heard about Tory Lane. He lost his case um for shooting Meg the Stallion. Yeah. Well, he's trying to get an appeal. But okay, he fired his lawyer and he's getting a what they call it? Wait. Dang, I forgot what the um ooh. Oh shooks. Oh shooks. I forgot what wait. What what is it called when oh shooks. I had it a little while ago and I lost it that quickly. But it's a not a lot. uh, um dang it. Anyway, he's trying to appeal his case, but he fired his lawyer, and he's trying to do an appeal. But this lawyer is what is this lawyer specialty? It is sure ain't an attempted murder. I mean, wait. Was it a assault? Hmm. Um. Oh well, let me let it go and present my. It probably gonna come to me as I'm setting up for my copyright, so I could do my vid chronicle and do a little discussion on that. All right, let's get ready to rumble. All right, let's see. All right, So let's get our copyright out of the way. Okay, let me see something. Oh, what just happened? Something went wrong with my phone. Okay. All right. This channel may contain content not authorized for use by its owner. However, according to Section 107 of the Copyright Act of the United States, the fair use, I repeat, the fair use of copyrighted work for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research is not an infringement of copyright. Okay, so let's get it. All right. All right. Let me get my Vid Chronicle up and going. All right. Now, just one tonight. I figure the talk with the Passport Brothers and them being the face of sex tourism or promoting of sex tourism. Yeah. It's gonna take up a lot. Well, actually, quite it did. It took about 2 hours. But I'm so used to doing Vid Chronicle. Let's see, wait. Here's my Vid Chronicle. No. Oh, okay. Here it is. All right. Okay, my computer's moving slow today. That's not good. I don't like when it's moving slow. Means something's going on. All right, there we go. All right, here we go. Let's get started. Okay, a big chronicle. Okay, now we talk about this. Okay, but all the human trafficking going on, and of course there is also where there's human trafficking, there's also sex trafficking, there's also slavery and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, actually, human trafficking is slavery by another name. Um. Yeah. Gotta be more careful. They seem to like to target um, women and children, um, the weakest, also the ones that considered downtrodden, nobody would notice they missing or anything. And the human trafficking does not just end with sex trafficking and slavery. It also been connected with also body organs harvesting and stuff like that. Um, yeah, and like any part of an organized crime, because you gotta be organized to pull stuff like that off. It's connected to every crime you can think of in the world. Drugs. Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, women got to be careful. That's why we always have to be careful with our drinks. I know women who won't drink anything but a beer, and it better not be already open. There are clubs where the women the wait staff have bottle cap openers, and they got to open it up at the table. They got to bring a bottle, and they'll take a look at it and open it up at the table or at the counter. You know, if they was to bring an uncapped beer or whatever drink over, it would be immediately turned right back over to them. We gotta start shoots. Women gotta start being investigators. They gotta watch their glass, see if there's an unusual markings on their glass or unusual stuff bubbling in their drink or is the drink look off? Does the drink smell off? Does the drink taste off? That's why they gotta make it odorless and colorless. If they put down their drink, not to pick it back up again. You put down your drink and you walk away from it. Um, um, then you could say bye bye to that drink. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, it's another reason why women won't accept drinks from men they do not know. Mm-hmm. Because hey, it could be laced with something. I remember what was it? It was about a year or two back. One woman they laced her drink in a bar and it had an unusual effect on her. And he was wait a minute, in the club. Laced her drink in the club and was raping her in the club and nobody even knew. She was so high off the thing. People didn't know she was being raped. Well, it was also a packed club. And then it messed with her thinking so badly. She went and became part of the what's that contest they have? Uh, the thong contest or something like that because it treated her so differently. So people have different reaction. You got an unusual drug mixed in alcohol, and lucky it didn't kill her. Hmm. So so yeah, women are very wary about about taking drinks from a guy they don't know, especially if it's an open drink. Guys, you have better luck offering a woman a beer. And you better not go up to her with an already open thing of beer. Uh-huh. Yeah, or if you offer an open drink, she gotta look at it. I seen one where girl snapped her finger, the bartender had a glass. Let me take a look at that glass. She was inspecting her glass. And then she let the bartender pour her drink. I was like, I thought that was a little extreme, but hey, maybe it's not, because sometimes the glasses are laced with stuff. Hmm. So, yeah, shoot, we rather be going through that. We got high school kids that know, girls that know because their parents, their family, been telling them about the rules of what to do and not to do at the bar. And about eating and making sure you have a full stomach. Don't get drunk. So I got 12-year-olds who know the procedure of what to do in the bar. 12-year-old girls. Although nowadays we got to tell the boys too, because hey, girls ain't the only one being roofied. And the sex trafficking ain't just on the girls. Yeah, except the boys and the men being sex trafficked. They ain't gonna like it because it's not their customers are not women. Their customers are usually other men. Okay, so okay, well that's enough on that video and the sex trafficking. I'm still trying to remember what Tony Lane's lawyer is. He's a dang it, what kind of lawyer is he again? Oh, let's see. Yeah, his lawyer's taking him to the cleaners because hey, there is no appeal because there was no procedural disorder going on in this case. Hey Hassan, hey, it's good to see you. Yeah, what type of lawyer is it again? That's gonna claim has something to do with uh trying to remember the type of lawyer he got. But it's not the right type of lawyer, not for something like this. But hey, he letting them throw money at him to do an appeal that's not going to change anything for him. So yeah. So he's not being too smart right now. Then while he's waiting to be sentenced, he also he threatens somebody. It's like, oh my goodness, dude. You're not very smart. All right. So yeah, unless somebody else want to come up and say anything or talk about a topic, because right now, well, the topic been open for a while because we kind of got off my one about um, Anton Hollinger and the passport bros. But guys, y'all better start walking correctly. Let's start doing our research, and y'all might want to leave Brazil alone for a while, which is kind of hard because hey, carnival seasons is starting up. Let me see. They should be in carnival, the beginning of carnival right now. Oh, wait a minute. That reminds me. When is Mardi Gras gonna fall on this year? Let me check. Cause I don't think it's in. I don't think it's in. I don't believe it's in February this year. Oh, let me see. Let's see. Where is my calendar? Let me check my. Let me find my calendar and see. Oh, okay. Okay. Calendar. Uh, uh, let's see. Oh, still got it set up for this summer. I gotten too used to my phone. All right. So, all right. Let's see. Chinese New Year. Uh, oh, okay. It is in February. Okay. The last one's. So, Mardi Gras is on the 21st of February. So, Carnival been going on since in Rio since after New Year's Day, I believe, because they tend to do something like almost 3 months. Usually, I think their carnival starts like right after Christmas or something. It's either New Year's Eve or Christmas. Yeah. So okay, so Mardi Gras this year is February 21st. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, dudes, y'all might wanna, you know, I know that's so appealing because okay, half naked women dancing around, twerking. Oh well, not necessarily twerking, but moving their rump shaker. And then there's the possibility of sex. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you be thinking, oh, they're all about sex. Look at how they all naked and they're shaking their money maker. And I don't know. I heard a rumor about supposedly having sex during the parade, but I don't think. I hope it ain't that bad. It might not have been the carnival. Then again, mm, it could be considered a fertility festival. Oh, hey, and the passport pros, y'all better be careful. Want to make no kids, because they do have child support. Ah! Yep, child support. They believe that 30% of the man income should go to child support. So don't create no babies out there. Shoots. They progressive enough where they had where they have um female police. No, we're not talking about female policemen. There's a police station that deal with crime against women in Brazil, but it's in other countries too. But in Brazil, I noticed that a couple of them seem to be in areas where there is supposedly sex tourism over there. So you guys might want to do some research about female police station and feminism in these countries and the laws of these countries. Because they could be like Japan. If say you in a store, a Japanese store in Japan, and the owner of the store accused you of stealing, have you arrested, it don't matter what you say, what kind of proof you have, they're gonna believe the shop owner because it's Japanese and you're a foreigner. Don't matter whether you black, white. That's the only good thing about Japan. Don't matter if you black, white, or any other foreigner. If you ain't Japanese, you ain't to be believed. So, what other countries are like that? If some woman in their country accuse you of some dastardly thing, I have to say y'all guys know it better than I do. Child support is scary. Oh yeah, are they gonna be believed because they're women? I mean, because they Brazilian and you're a gringo, as always a strong possibility. Hey, and mhm. Oh, what else? There was something else. It's coming to me. Well, hopefully, come to me. Oh, and I can't remember. Mm. Um. Oh well, it'll come to me later. But yeah, so I might want to leave Brazil alone for a little while. There'll be other carnivals. You can catch the one for next year. Oh, uh-huh. Don't get distracted by the boobies and get yourself robbed. Okay. One of my peoples. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, and let me see. Let's see. So hey, that might have those of you while y'all in Brazil, y'all might want to do the things y'all ain't been doing, right? Like research the country, history, Brazil, Colombia, all them Latin countries. Hey, the racism was there first. Because Spain is a European country, and Spain was in the Americas long before the other parts of European country. Because Spain discovered Americas first. Christopher Columbus may have been Italian, but he was working for the king and queen of Spain, especially the queen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and then the men are looking for excuses to get rid of y'all. You don't think the men been itching for excuses to get y'all out of their country? To get y'all away from the women? The only one of the men that's not trying to get rid of you, they're profiting from you. Their girlfriend, their wife, or whatever are dating you, bringing home the bag to him. So yeah, of course. Stop, hey, you're getting your passport. Yeah. But you're not going there for the women, you're going there to go visit. And besides, you're not trying to get no child support. Your children are grown. You don't need to make no more children. Oh, you could. I think he'd be a good dad, but you're getting up there. I wonder how that works, though. I'm kind of curious. Maybe I might do some research. How does child support in Brazil work if the man is a foreigner? Because these guys seem to think that ain't gonna be no problem. I just don't go to that country no more. Claim the child ain't mine. But for all you dudes that be in the pump and dump mode, but I bet you they got some kind of way. Otherwise, these women, oh, be careful, because Brazil has the high rate of HIV, STDs, and they trying to do more sex education to inform the women of their population of what to do, and the women and educate the women to know their rights. How do you think he was reported to the police? Some of the women knew their rights. They knew they had the right to not have their face not photographed without their permission. They had the right to demand that he take it down, and when he refused or he didn't, That's when they went to the police. And then when they understood even more what he'd been saying about them, they got angry. How dare you say stuff about me? How dare you say stuff about my sister, my mama, my auntie, my cousin, my child? She didn't know what you were saying. You suggest that she's a easy woman, that she's well, you know, easy women are usually associated with women of the street, the sex workers, whether they are or not. Otherwise, why would you use the 304, the garden tool, and the traditional WHO? RE. Yeah. Because y'all associate loose women with that too. And just because she may have sex with her man, her fiance, her whatever, her boyfriend, don't mean she's a loose woman, that she has sex with any and everybody. But hey, enough of that. Yeah, for those men who are actually genuinely looking for a wife, good luck with y'all. Your fellow passport bros messed it up for you, at least as far as Brazil. Maybe as far as all the Latin countries, all of Latin America. But hey, there's plenty more. But you could do like one man suggested, and he's a fellow Latin dude, and he couldn't understand why these passport bros would go all the way to Brazil, to Colombia, and all that for these women when they got these same type of women right there in America, right there in Miami. He said Miami is like Latin America Central. It's like the stepping off point. But it entered into the Americas through Miami. Yeah, and you find the same women there over here. Yeah, that would make too much sense. But they claiming that that those women become Americanized, they become modern women. Excuse me. Y'all too late. Modern women are all over the world. You can't get away from modern women. With social media, they all know. Unless they off into the countryside, if there's a phone, if there's a cell phone availability, access, shoot, internet, oh, you can forget it. You don't have to go into there's not many places you can go to now that you don't have internet access to a certain degree over there. And then there's television and all of that stuff. So yeah. Yeah, we living in modern times, like Mika said. So there's no getting away from the modern women. Now you say, well, those women are more traditional. Yeah, they traditional modern women. You got that here too. Y'all just too lazy to go looking. Y'all too lazy to do the research. Y'all want stuff easy. You want to just to hand it to you. You want her to just lay out. This is curious. They want a traditional woman, but they want her to be okay. The fact that you can go out on a date with them without talking to their fathers or brothers, grandfathers, cousins, some male in their family, tells me that these are not traditional women. You're not getting those traditional women. Traditional women, to the degree that y'all talking about, who are subservient, submissive, home, cooking, clean, and all that stuff, you got to talk to the men and their family and stuff like that. You ain't gonna get sex that easily. I don't give it. But y'all want the traditional woman, but y'all want her to be open sexually, because, yeah, you asking her how soon can she take you home or that she can go to your home. Wait a minute, that's what got him in trouble. Okay, you think you asking her how soon he can take her home to the men in the community, the men around the world, and including some of us women? Sounds like you're talking about sex, but she's thinking how soon that you can marry her, how soon she can marry you and go to your home in the United States. See, that's what they talk about. You was twisting her words, or she didn't understand what she was saying. Yes, I would go home right now. I'll go with you right now if I don't have nothing else to do, and all that other stuff. The fact, yeah, yeah. So for men who supposedly want these very traditional women, you're not doing the typical traditional thing. You're not going with women who you couldn't even do much more than say hi to, let alone have sex with, without her family's approval. And you better be very clear what you there for. You want to marry my daughter? You want to take care of my daughter? What? Oh, you just wanted to have sex with my daughter? No. No. So, yeah. So, see, y'all already lying to yourselves. Y'all want traditional women. Yeah, but y'all don't want to go through the courting process, to getting to know her family, setting up roots. Well, yeah, Sean, how are you going to provide for her in her country since you're not taking her to yours? Yeah. 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 All right. So yeah, you guys keep fooling yourselves. There may be some guys, but y'all few and far between. That's why we only hear about those of you who get married, few and far between. And I'd be like, hey, I need an update. Last year, guy who got married to, is y'all still married to him? 5 years. Oh, I want to keep an update until we into the 7-year mark. It's usually, maybe 10 years if we're talking about green card and stuff like that. But usually 7-year marks, that's when the strains of being married, and that's when the test of being married comes out. Yeah, usually around year 7. Yeah, there used to be a movie called The 7-Year Itch. That's when the man's eyes start to wander. Or the women, but I don't. It's known for men. The eyes wander more from women. Yeah, that's when it is. It get weird being husband, dad, provider, the man of the house. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I thought I saw one that a video of, hey, passport bros are married. I said, yeah. We just got married. Give me an update from next year, the year after that, and the year after that, and keep on going to the 7th year. Keep giving me updates on passport bros who married, successful, stuff like that, and still married in the 7th, after the 7th year. In fact, let's do it the 8 year. You know, technically, I want the 7 year, but we gotta go after he goes through the 7 years. So 8 year, 8 years of update. Is he still married? Still doing good? Or is he still living in that country? Or are they still, in America? Well, yeah, on 8 year. Give me up 8 year update. Yeah. Yeah. And then we'll see how it's going. See if there's any strain. See if they're still together. Is there some issues? Yeah. Yeah. See if some stuff come out of her closet, or stuff come out of his closet, or she's yeah. Does he still have the same job? Still working for the same company? Is he got his own business? Is he a community man in her community? Yeah. So, yeah. But beyond that, hey, be careful. Like I always tell y'all, be careful. Learn the history of the country. Learn the culture of the people. Learn the language, please. Don't just rely on the translator. Learn the language. Yeah, go there and try to immerse yourself in the language. Find somebody there that speak English. Shoes. Contact our embassy in the country and see if they got any translators. If you can hire a translator, go around with you in the country, and translate. So establish some kind of relationship with the community. Find out what's going on with the community. What's happening with the politics. You can't get away without knowing that. Hey, the president. Wait a minute. Was that in? I know that happened in Haiti, but the president palace got ran. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I did remember something about that. I was like, oh, it's getting contagious. Cause didn't that happen with us? Cause they was trying to parallel how it was like when January 6th, when the Trump supporters was invading the Capitol building. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. But hey, I'm not going to Brazil, so hey, I'm not too worried about it. But if I was going, I'd be like, okay, what does this mean? Are they trying to blame Americans for it? You know, or do they see us as some kind of involved in this? You know, is he? Was he his palace invaded because he's too sympathetic with Americans, and the rest of the people are not? We don't. We'll never know. Well, we probably will know, but you know. Yeah, is the passport bros getting beat up because they're passport bros or because they Americans? And right now Brazil is on an anti-American thing. Yeah. Oh well. All right, so we're going into the third hour. I am going to wrap it up. Peace, power, and unity, everyone. Let me get my music started. And we're gonna go out with a little music. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, there we are. Here we go. All right. Everything's moving slow today. Yes, they're moving slow today. All right, everybody. Peace, power, and unity. Good to see your son. Mika, glad you was able to make it. Black Republican, good arguing with you as usual. And of course, RL, thanks for coming up on the panel. Remy, thanks for coming by. Let's see, did I miss anybody? Oh, Lizzie, yes, Lizzie. I was hoping you was coming up when I thought she was asking for the link. Uh, mm-hmm. Yeah, and Chaos Rain, thanks for stopping by and dropping that knowledge that, hey, and Anthony Holler is not a remote worker. He's a barber. And he is surviving off his PPL. Wait a minute. No, not PPL. His PPP loan. My goodness. Maybe that's why he didn't go to America. Because of that. So, all right, let's get on out of here. Get down on it. Get on it. Get down on it. Yeah, Passport Bros, get down on it. Get down on your research information. Then when you get there, stop getting caught up in the booties and the titties and get to know a person. Yeah, because it's carnival season going on. Yeah, y'all truly following. Be so busy following the behind and the titties and y'all get jumped on. Okay. Or y'all get your pockets picked. Or y'all get kidnapped and carved up for organs. Or you drooling over some man's wife, woman, and stuff like that, and he decided to get rid of you. Either way, be careful. Peace, power, and unity, everyone.